Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. I'm here fiddling again with the saddle high because, as you know, bike fit, yes, is an ongoing process. Anytime I ride either the Canyon or the Velobilt, I find slight differences and I want to adjust one bike to the other or vice versa. But the reason for this video today is to answer a question whether you can do a bike fit just based on YouTube videos. Basically what I've done. The same question that Chris Miller asked himself, try to find out whether yes, just with online resources you could fit yourself on a bike. And I watched Chris' video. He made a really entertaining feature on this subject, but the outcome wasn't really positive for him, and eventually he had to resort back to his own bike fitter to get a reset on his position. I really like Chris. He's got a really good channel. I am a subscriber, and I was so interested when I saw the video to see what the outcome was going to be, because also he mentioned all the videos that I actually saw when I was trying to learn the position on the bike. I watched exactly the same videos. I was a little bit disappointed in a way when had to, yes, come back to his bike fit for the reset. But I can understand why, in his position, especially coming from a cycling experience, racing, where he might not have had the time to fine-tune the best saddle height, and he had to, more for an efficiency point of view, reset himself. While for me it was different. As an amateur cyclist I got more time to play, and actually it's part of the game and try to find out your best position. It was for me a slightly different process, a longer process maybe, but eventually was happy that just based on online resources I could find a riding position that was both efficient and comfortable. So to me the key to read the best videos available online, including mine, is to go past the actual measurement and understand from the bike fitters what is the body feeling that you need to achieve, because one is linked to the other. And there's no point in saying, no, my measurement says 73.5, and so you don't want to put at 73.6. But if you feel better at a different height, that's where you should be, of course. So I want to give you some advice, including after the measurements, what your body should feel. And for me, these are the most important feeling that you should achieve when you do the bike fit. Starting from the cleat position, very simple. The cleats backwards is what it worked for me. And I've done a video dedicated only, yes, on where to put the cleats, but more importantly, what to feel. This is the key here. Once you position the cleats, the measurement element, you need to feel what you want to achieve with that position. So no pressure on the toes and the pressure on the mid to center part of the foot. So that is the goal, ultimate goal, then the measurements will want to achieve. So whatever the measurement is, as long as you are feeling the pressure in the right place, you know that you have reached the correct position on your cleats. And also this was easily achieved by Chris in his video. More difficult is the saddle high. That is a very, very delicate element. And when Neil Stanbury in Cam Nichols' channels describe the process of setting the saddle height, it's so easy to get it wrong. Why? Because your quads, the muscle, will prefer to be fully extended. So when you fully extend your leg, as in you are too high, initially you might feel better. Your leg will fully extend and the quad muscle will almost be relieved. At the same time you lose the ability to progress with the bottom part of the stroke, and you might lose pressure on the pedal. And in this case it's so important to understand what is the correct sensation that you get from the correct saddle height and replicate with the indication that the measurements gave you in your particular instance, whether with the heel method or the Le Mans method. And there are quite good indicators that I found that help me in position the saddle correctly. And this has to be an ongoing process. So you have to go out on the bike with a Allen key, and ideally start low and increase the saddle height slowly up until you feel, first of all, a disengagement on the lower leg lock. Yes, starting low and going high gives you the best position to feel where you start losing the power on the pedal and you're going too high. This is what we are looking for. This muscle here, tibialis and the calf. Very simply, if you are going too high, you will start pointing the foot down, disengaging the ankle lock, and yes, it might feel good for the quads, but your power is not going to be the same. Once again, dimension is important, but you need to research what your feeling on the body should be. And another exercise to feel this ankle position and a strong power on the pedal is to raise yourself on the pedals and come back on the saddle and see, in this instance, the feeling, how it changes on the leg mechanics when you go up in the saddle, because in that moment your legs more or less naturally will achieve a smooth pedaling. Especially if you're going uphill, you will be able to feel it. If you come back on the saddle and you feel that your lower leg loses the ability to push on the pedal, you might be too high. If you come back on the saddle and it looks like almost sitting on a chair, then in this case you might be too low. This is a good exercise you can do yourself to learn what it feels best on your legs. And lastly, for the saddle high again, the idea to get the most power is to have a uniform pressure on the sole of your foot. If you're going too high, you will start feeling that you have, yes, to point the foot down to complete the movement, and also the cleat is almost like pulling your shoes from behind, especially at the bottom of the stroke. That's another sensation that you need to look for while you're trying to reach your best saddle high. Then, to answer the initial question, can you do a bike fit just based on YouTube videos? Yes, you can, especially if you extrapolate from the bike fitting videos, not just the measurement part, but the sensation and the feeling on the muscle that you have to achieve. Let me know what your preferred method was, whether to do this research, this ongoing research that, yes, might be a lot more time consuming and not that efficient, or if you prefer to go straight to a bike fit and get your position sorted in that way. Let me know in the comment. I'll try to answer to all of you, and I'll see you to the next video. Ciao!